What's up everyone, welcome back to a brand new video. Today, we'll be looking at the conclusion of this arc and beyond. Let's start with a little recap. Last time, we saw that Zamasu actually stole Vegeta's body this time. As you would probably expect, Vegeta is the strongest here, so it makes the most sense for Zamasu to take his body. But this complicates things for both the heroes and the villains. In an attempt to escape, Vegeta Black gets into a pretty sticky situation, but luckily for him and unluckily for our heroes, he's able to access Vegeta's anger, getting his own unique version of the legendary Super Saiyan, morphing it with the key of a Supreme Kai. Things will definitely get interesting for both sides in this part of the story. For this part, let's set a like goal of 3,500 likes. Once we hit that, I'll continue with another part to this series. Anyways, let's pick up from here. At the very end of the last part, help arrived. Goku and Vegeta finally came to Earth. The three Hybrid Saiyans did a pretty good job, as well as all the other fighters there. But naturally, there's not too much they could do against a villain like this. Vegeta Black is simply just too strong, not to mention having Zamasu as a support. Although, Zamasu is definitely way more reluctant in this scenario. We're going to see more of him as the story continues, so keep an eye on him. But now with Goku and Vegeta here, they're ready to take the fight for themselves. Vegeta feels an odd mix of emotions. Confusion is one of the big ones, but also anger is another huge one. An imposter, a fake Vegeta. Not only is someone pretending to be him, but they're doing it for evil purposes. Automatically, due to all the anger built up within him because of this, Vegeta goes into legendary Super Saiyan God, ready to start the fight. Goku powers up as well, hoping that they can defeat this foe. But the Hybrid Saiyans warn them. Gohan shouts out, this guy shouldn't be underestimated at all. He has his own weird powers. And even though Goku and Vegeta are pretty strong, they still need to be careful. They don't know what this guy is capable of, and it seems that by the minute, he's getting stronger. He just got this brand new form, and they don't know if he has anything else up his sleeve. The two rush in right away, and immediately Vegeta Black is on the defensive. He didn't expect them to be this strong, but it shouldn't be too much of an issue. He still feels that he has the advantage, although he is getting a little worn out by now. He's been fighting for a while, and he's gotten some pretty bad injuries. He continues to fight through the pain, feeling that he could take this himself. Vegeta is clashing with him, with Goku acting as kind of a support. Vegeta's anger continues to grow during the battle, and he gets somewhat of an advantage. That advantage grows more and more. Vegeta shows off more of his power, as Vegeta Black gets more and more worn out and injured. It's a double-edged sword. Vegeta Black sets his emotions aside and realizes that he needs to be healed. He beckons for Zamasu to heal him, which immediately puts a target on Zamasu's back. The Hybrid Saiyans turn to him, ready to attack. And reluctantly, Zamasu teleports away to where Vegeta Black is, placing a hand on him and quickly healing him, then retreating once more. That was a close call. Zamasu was worried that he was going to die. Zamasu is slowly coming to his senses and realizing that he needs to do something. He can't keep going like this. Vegeta Black isn't someone he wants to side with, but since he keeps helping him, he's going to keep being attacked if he goes back. He retreats elsewhere, thinking of a plan to get around this. After being healed, Vegeta Black sees a great boost in power. Zamasu didn't have enough time to give him a full heal because he wanted to escape, but it was still more than enough. It gives him some more stamina and it heals some of the more serious injuries. Not to mention, the fact that he healed in general did help him a lot, getting a nice boost from his Saiyan power. Once again, Vegeta Black now has the advantage. And with this in mind, he's gonna go full scorched earth, no survivors. He's had a few close calls before, and he's not gonna let that happen again. Now is his chance. With his arm coated in ki, he swings it towards the city, creating a massive wave of energy that completely flattens it. He does this once again with his other arm, aimed in the direction of the other fighters. Gohan, Goten, and Trunks try and defend against it, and they are able to mitigate some of the damage, but they can only do so much against it. The wave hits, putting all the other fighters at a commission. They're really lucky that they were able to survive, but it looks like they're out of their league now. Vegeta Black is simply too strong. Vegeta and Goku continue fighting, hopeful that they can still defeat the imposter. Next, Vegeta Black sets his sights on Goku. He shouldn't be too hard of a target to eliminate. First, he needs to get Vegeta away, and he has the perfect idea. He cups his hands together and Vegeta immediately recognizes what he's doing. That's his final flash. He begins charging and the purple energy surrounds him, looking much more sinister than Vegeta's usual yellow final flash. Surrounded by this deep purple and black energy, Vegeta Black launches the attack. As Vegeta desperately tries to push it back with his own final flash, Goku joins in to help too, and Vegeta Black now sees his chance. As he continues firing the beam, he takes one of his hands away from it. He launches another blast that curves around, going to the other side where Vegeta and Goku are. It hits Goku directly, catching him off guard and knocking him away. Vegeta also ends up taking the brunt of the black final flash, leaving both him and Goku injured, although Goku's more worse off because he's now unconscious. Things don't seem good. Most of the fighters are out of commission now, and the ones that are able to fight aren't able to do anything. The only one there that could stand a chance is Vegeta himself, who's taken some serious damage. As he was countering the black final flash, he felt more of that anger within him. It was almost like he was going to lose control once more. That might have actually been helpful. It would have given him enough power to actually face Vegeta Black. But getting hit by that attack knocks some sense back into him, as well as injuring him a good bit. Vegeta's now in base, on the ground as he tries to stand up. He looks over and sees Vegeta Black floating towards him, slowly landing on the ground in front of him. Vegeta Black grins. He wasn't too confident before. He thought he might have lost. He screwed up so many times that maybe that was finally the end for him. But after Zamasu healed him, everything changed. He asserted his dominance, and now everyone knows who the top dog around here is. Vegeta stands up and tries to power up, barely having enough energy, and he only is able to go into Super Saiyan God. Vegeta Black slowly walks over towards him, lifting up a single hand and hitting Vegeta with another blast that knocks him back into a building. The fake Vegeta gets closer and closer, as energy forms around his arm, going into the shape of a Keyblade. Now he's right in front of Vegeta, looking right down on him, ready to deal the final blow. His guard is down. He grins, lifting his arm up, telling Vegeta goodbye. Vegeta braces for impact, closing his eyes ready to take it. He hears a slice, but feels nothing. He looks up and sees. Vegeta Black is just as confused with a blank expression on his face. The Keyblade is now gone, as well as Vegeta Black's entire arm. Vegeta Black shouts, grabbing his arm to stop the blood. His eyes dart around. He doesn't know who hit him. He can't find anyone anywhere. He thinks it might have been Vegeta, but once he looks back to where Vegeta just was, Vegeta's gone. There's no one there. Vegeta's just as confused as well. He ends up in another part of Earth, and suddenly feels a bunch of energy coursing through him, as all of his injuries are healed too. The person standing there is Zamasu. Zamasu was thinking of a plan, and this was the right one. He waited for Vegeta Black to lower his guard, and then he teleported in, landing a sneak attack while also teleporting Vegeta to safety. Vegeta is their only chance at defeating Vegeta Black now. And now after being healed by Zamasu, he gets a similar effect to Vegeta Black. Not only are all his injuries healed, but he's stronger. Much stronger. Vegeta immediately gets up, assuming a fighting stance. And Zamasu tells him to calm down. He's not the bad guy here. He'll explain later. For now, he just wants Vegeta to focus on defeating Vegeta Black. They could save the stories for later. The two of them look over as they already sent Vegeta Black flying over. Soon enough, he'll be there, so Vegeta has to get ready. Vegeta powers up into legendary Super Saiyan God once more, ready to attack. He gives Zamasu one last look as he then rockets away, going full speed, full power towards Vegeta Black. He doesn't care if it'll kill him. This is his last shot at surviving. The two Vegetas rocket towards each other, and just before they're about to clash, Vegeta Black is then thrown out of the sky, being hit by something from his side. Vegeta screeches to a halt midair, confused as to what just happened. But then he sees, nearby, floating up from the ground, 3 new fighters have arrived, the Future Warriors. They know they have some explaining to do, but just like Zamasu told Vegeta before, they'll explain later. Saving Earth is the top priority at the moment. Angrily, Black gets up from the rubble, and his angry expression immediately drops as he sees who's there. This is bad. Everyone's found him. Not only is he under attack in this timeline, but the people from the last timeline he was in attacked him too. He doesn't know how to get out of this, and he thinks maybe he could try and escape again, but he tries to activate the time ring and remembers. No! The arm that was cut off. It was the one with the time ring on it. He has no way of escaping now. He's stuck here and for good. The 3 Future Warriors go to fight Vegeta Black for the time being. This is good because it gives Zamasu more time to heal Vegeta. The Kai teleports over and begins fully healing him. It's going to take a bit of time to fully heal Vegeta though, because he does have a lot of energy to restore. It's good that these 3 showed up in the nick of time, and as they hold off Vegeta Black, they're once again joined by Vegeta, who's now charged up and ready to finish this. Zamasu goes to help heal the other fighters. He can't fully heal them, but he can at least help so they don't die. He leaves the rest of Vegeta and those 3 future fighters. Angered, Vegeta Black finally sees this. He knows what happened. He was betrayed. Quickly, he charges a blast and tries to fire it at Zamasu. But Zamasu grins and waves as he teleports away, with Vegeta Black then being kicked in the face by future Vegeta. Now there's 3 Vegetas in the same place at once. At least they know who the bad one is. They all work together to help wear down the imposter, with the strongest there, Vegeta, charging up an attack to finish him for good. He lifts a hand up in the air as it begins glowing by him channeling energy into it. He then grabs his arm with his other arm, putting it down in the direction of Vegeta Black. Electricity circles through the area, and it seems like everything is shaking. With his palm stretched out, Vegeta launches his newest attack, an upgraded version of his Big Bang attack made to be much more potent. Named after the form he's in, he calls it the legendary Big Bang. The 3 future fighters disperse, with Vegeta Black on the ground, looking up as he sees the beam coming towards him. Vegeta launches a massive ball of energy, instantly eradicating Vegeta Black as it travels off into space, exploding safely away from Earth. Now, Vegeta Black is finally defeated, so the next thing everyone needs to do is figure out what the hell just happened. With the other fighters healed, they all catch up with each other. The future fighters and Zamasu both know the most, but they're still kinda lost in their own ways. Everyone tries to fill the gaps, and Zamasu explains the best that he can, but still he doesn't know too much either. All he knows is that Vegeta Black is another version of him, an evil version that ended up going through with some plans that he had. Zamasu actually feels guilty about it. He had these thoughts and almost did go through with him, but luckily this whole event turned him back towards the light. Although he still can't help but feel responsible. It was kinda his fault after all, even though it wasn't him from this timeline. But from what everyone hears, they all realize that Zamasu was controlled. He was in a bad situation and didn't really want to be there. And even though he seemed cowardly at first, he came to his senses and eventually helped everyone. Had it not been for him, Vegeta would have surely died, as well as everyone else afterwards. There still are some pretty big issues though. For one, there's now this whole mess that not only spans universes, but also spans timelines. Plus, Gowasu in this timeline is now dead, and Zamasu kinda wants to bring him back, not to mention all the other people that were killed on Earth by Vegeta Black. Luckily all their fighters were able to survive, as well as Shin and Future Shin, who would thank each other in the process. Had it not been for Future Shin, the other future warriors wouldn't have come back in time, and he was the one who actually helped them track down Vegeta Black, not to mention the one responsible for helping them get strong. But after seeing this display from Vegeta in this timeline, future Vegeta's pretty interested. He wonders what that power was. He knows about legendary Super Saiyan obviously, and he was the one who actually gave Vegeta in this timeline a head start, but this Vegeta has a new version of it. He had such a weird energy coming off him, and Vegeta explains. He asks his future self if the name Beerus rings a bell, and of course future Vegeta immediately recognizes it. No way, he's training with Beerus of all people? That's just, well, he has no words for that. It's confusing, scary, and also kinda cool, as well as being pretty genius. It also gets future Vegeta, Gohan, and Trunks to think. Maybe they can go train with Beerus. They know Shin and he may be able to help out. But that's something that they're gonna have to save for later. For now, they need to restore this mess in this timeline. Luckily, Dragon Balls are still a thing, so they can at least reverse all the damage done here, reviving everyone on Earth, as well as trying to revive Gowasu. Beerus and Whis also come in and learn what happened. And since another god of destruction died, they do want to kinda help clean it up. Especially because this partially involves Universe 7 and Beerus doesn't want to get in trouble. So, everything was restored and now the future warriors can go back to their timeline. It's kinda weird. Instead of their timeline being in danger, it actually put the present timeline at risk instead. Instead of them coming back for help, they actually came back to help. But now they could return home with everyone saying goodbye. And it seems like that's the end of this arc. However, Zeno's not really too pleased. He hears about all this. And there's a few things that kinda irk him. Time travel and Evil Kai, although it wasn't really from this timeline. And the fact that someone from one universe attacked another universe, trying to wipe out everyone, not just the gods but the mortals too. He is a little bit ticked off. Once again, the gods have disappointed him, and maybe he should just finally do it this time, wipe out all the universes and have it be done with. He's already wiped out a few of them before, so why does it matter if he wipes out another 12? But maybe he should give them one more chance. And he has the perfect idea, a tournament of power. Goku doesn't even need to introduce it to him this time. He remembers the Universe 6 tournament and realizes that maybe that would be a fun way to do it. It would not only entertain him, but it would help him do a test. A test to see if everyone actually deserves to exist. This actually happens a bit earlier on than normal, but not enough to make a major change. Now, every universe is tasked with finding 10 fighters for the team, and for Universe 7, this isn't too hard of a task this time. With Vegeta being the strongest, Beerus decides maybe it's best that he's the leader. So now Vegeta is responsible for picking the members. He begins brainstorming, trying to figure out what strong fighters could help them. Obviously, Goku's going to be on the team, as well as Gohan and Piccolo. Alright, that's 4 right there. How about Goten and Trunks too? They're both pretty strong. Trunks is making some great progress with his legendary form, and Goten's making some great progress with the ultimate. Despite their age, the two are pretty strong and much more experienced than they were in the original story. Awesome, there's 6 people. The androids aren't going to be on the team because there's no androids in this scenario. So the next best option would be the human fighter. Of course, they were involved in the last arc, so Vegeta may be able to contact them easily. He saw how they performed there, and even though they may not be as strong as some of the Saiyans, they're still pretty decent, and they could be a big help. Krillin and Yamcha join, and Goku decides to recruit Roshi because that might be a good idea. It takes a little pushing, but eventually Tenshinhan joins too, which is great because he's the 10th member, and now they have enough people for the tournament. Since there's no future Zeno here, there wouldn't need to be an exhibition match, so we could skip over that completely, but Vegeta still hears something that interests him. Whis mentions something that might be a game changer. He tells Vegeta he's heard a particular rumor about some universe that has a mortal stronger than its god of destruction. He has no idea if it's actually true, but he wants Vegeta to be on the lookout for that. Vegeta's his star student right now and the strongest mortal in Universe 7, at least at the moment. While he's made some great progress, Vegeta's still trying to improve further. His legendary Super Saiyan God form is great, but he knows he can go beyond it. This tournament will give him the perfect opportunity, and he could face off against this warrior that's supposedly stronger than a god. He's pumped up, and the rest of the team is ready. As they all teleport off to the world of Void, this is where we'll leave off for now. So, what did you guys think about this part? How do you think the Tournament of Power will go? Do you think Vegeta or anyone else will be able to access a new power? Leave any thoughts and suggestions in the comments below. I'll be sure to check them out to see what you guys think. As always, if you like the video, be sure to drop a like. And let's try to hit that like goal from the beginning of the video so we can get another part of this series. If you haven't already, why not subscribe? As well as hitting the bell icon and get notified about any future parts of this What If, or any other videos that I upload on my channel. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video.